So this is my channel, and this is me, not in my room, this is the guest room, and I just wanted to take today to talk a little bit about I guess they're both one and the same, bullshit versus originality. I actually just got out of a film. Some people in the comments have said things like, Arlin, if you're a film major, you don't really talk about films too much. Well, I guess today I can somewhat talk about that. The movie I just got out of was about, it's called Rumble, the Indians Who Rocked the World, and it's all about how the Native Americans were actually probably the biggest influence on rock and roll. You know, at first I was like, this sounds kind of dumb, but the more I kind of got into the movie and realized how it's basically analogous to what's going on with YouTube right now, and I definitely related to it a lot. It inspired me to talk about it in this video. The basic message of the story was that the Native American people were some of like the OG musicians, and they were inspired by nature and the sounds of animals and like maybe a river creek and like thunder and everything, and they were truly inspired by everything that was in their immediate presence. Because of that, they were able to create things that no human had ever created, sounds that were original in their own right. After that, people took those sounds and they created sounds that were new, that were beautiful, but still inspired by those rhythms and sounds that were ingrained in them from Native American roots. So you have the Native Americans creating these songs that are super original, right? And then you have people with Native American roots making some of the first rock music. After that, you had people inspired by these lesser known Native Americans who were making rock music going into blues, and then people inspired by blues going into country, and then people who were basically copying the Native Americans from the start, who copied the rock, who copied the blues, who copied the country, making even more bullshit country, which is what we hear on the radio today. Which, don't get me wrong, I love it. I probably know every word to every country song, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now, you know, we go over to YouTube, and I'm just looking at my channel and kind of seeing things like, you know, the touch me challenge, the makeup thing, the dunk challenge, how to fake piano skills, reading my DMs. These are all funny, entertaining, fun videos to create. And of course, yeah, I can add my own little twists on it, but it's not original. It's sort of original, but it really isn't. It's the whole concept itself is taken from something else that maybe at one point was original, but it's not what I think could be its best form of originality. That gets me thinking about a book I've talked about before, The Fountainhead. In the book, this architect, Howard Rourke, he will only build buildings the way that he thinks they should be built. He goes to this architectural school and they tell him, oh, you should build in the Renaissance style, or you should build Italian architecture, or you need to build in this style. And he's like, I don't want to do any of that. That's all BS. And it's like, whether it's you're building a structure or writing a song or creating a YouTube video, it's all in the same concept of like creating something that you yourself envision from the ground up. So there's a lot of bullshit, and I don't know if it's wrong, but it's not exactly what I would like to be putting out there. Like, going through my channel, it's kind of maybe interesting to see what I would consider like the most original things that I've done. I've made a few playlists, and like I think maybe the ones that are like best of, my best of playlist, that's probably my more original. Oh, like, you know what? I may have said it before, like, but the How I Almost Got Arrested at MIT, that's one of my favorites. It's very original. So I would just be more aware, and I'm just gonna try to make the stronger effort not to jump on trends so fast. It's just a very cheap thing to do, and it's less like what I'm doing right now in this video feels very true to who I am and true to what I think should be put out there. Rather than, you know, today what I had filmed was another reading fan fiction, and like that's funny, but it's not 100% original. And after having watched this movie tonight, I just didn't feel like putting that out there. So I will. It's just not all me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys. It makes sense to me. And it also goes back to just being as real as possible. And part of being real is not forcing things that aren't working. And part of being real is creating things that make sense for me to create. And I've been getting really tired out recently. I know I said that yesterday, but just uploading every day 8 a.m. is a very difficult task. And if I'm trying to hop on these trends, writing a rap song or, you know, over a 21 Savage beat, like that's fun. But doing it in 24 hours when other people spend like a week or longer doing that kind of thing, a makeup tutorial, like putting yourself in that time crunch, it's like it at one point it is like that's part of the challenge, but it's not original. And if you ask me, it's not as good quality content as the people who spend longer time doing it. So it's like, what's the point, you know? I'd much rather be creating something every day that's real and that's true to who I am. So I don't know, that I guess this whole vlogging process has been helpful in like terms of discovering that. So my point is that from now on, I'm just going to be much more conscious of when I'm making bullshit and when I'm making real shit. Another thing, if I'm being 100% real with you, is I got this new camera, which I'm so thankful for everyone who bought 8 a.m. merch. I haven't even gotten my stuff in the mail yet, which is a little frustrating. But where I'm going is I just got this new camera, and I know shit about it. I can press record. I know how to switch it to manual focus. And I mean, am I even in focus this whole time? So that just proved my point. I was just in manual focus the whole time. I thought I was in autofocus. I hope I was in focus. I think I was, luckily. But that's the main thing that I just wanted to discuss today. In the future, being more aware of this whole realness thing. My intro song is probably eventually going to be 100% original. My outro, although I love Juice and how lit it is, will probably be more original. And my entire style, I hope, will be a bit more original. Yeah. That'd be cool. I want to continue to create content that you can't just find anywhere. I agree, like I'm sure some of you might be thinking like, "No, we like your little twist on the makeup challenge. It was funny." But that's not 100% it. That's like missing the point. It's like I'm like halfway there, And in order to be full way there, I think you have to drop the shit and drop the trends. It's fun. It's fun once in a while. I'm not going to stop doing that kind of stuff, but just overall being conscious of realness is a super important factor. So, yeah. Trendy. Lavish, caviar with a bad bitch. Chevis out the chalice, show my people round my palace. Yeah, we lavish, caviar with a bad bitch. Balance in my talents, my black card ain't maxing. Yeah, we bout it. I'll send a foes who doubt us.